now, our next up, the Wellness Division. Please, with a round of applause, welcome Loli.
All right, next up, probably the most popular division right now is wellness. Tons of questions about it, but also tons of participation, which is great. Um, I'm here with Loli, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience competing in the wellness division?
I just love it. I've been competing 5 years. I was a bikini competitor, but they always told me my legs were too big. So I was killing myself to be a bikini competitor. Now with the wellness division, it's perfect for us. I love the look. I feel like I have a superhero body. And I'm very happy because it's bringing a lot of people who wasn't able to compete before to the sport, and they finally have a place to be, and they don't have to kill themselves so much to be on a stage.
I think that's a great point, and that's the reason I've loved this division from the start too, is because I would give feedback to all these bikini girls, like bring your legs down. And as someone who's not super muscular, I was like, I can't believe I'm telling someone this, to strip off muscle, to get smaller. It's so hard for some of us to put it on. So to think of telling someone to strip muscle off just goes against what I want to say to people. So I think it's great that we now have a division where if you have muscular legs, you can compete. And as you can see, her physique, look at those great quads, look at those legs. I do want to point that out because I do still see some girls coming up from bikini, which is great. I think you should cross over as much as you can to see where you best fit. But really, there's a big difference between bikini legs and wellness legs. And it's the definition, or the development, I should say, in the quads. And then if you even turn to the side, the hamstrings, there's definite hamstring development, and of course the glutes. So there's just more maturity, more size there. Awesome. And for the upper body, for the criteria, it's very similar to bikini. She has a little bit more shape than bikini does, but it's not a symmetrical physique. It's lower body dominant, upper body is similar to bikini, but maybe a little bit bigger, but definitely not as big as figure, and certainly not as conditioned. The conditioning is about on par with bikini. That's what we always say. With this kind of muscle maturity and this kind of development, sometimes we see a little bit more definition. It's just the nature of having this much muscle. What would you say about that?
Hello. All right. So definitely, and also before I wasn't able, when I was training as a bikini competitor, I used to train like very light rubber bands, doing plyometrics to burn my muscle. Now I feel powerful. I can lift heavy. I can live and enjoy my training. I feel myself, and I can go and enjoy every time I go to train. And also with the eating as well, I don't have to suffer myself so much. I recommend anybody who thinking about the wellness division, if you see as a competitor that the judges usually tell you a feedback and tell you that your legs are too big, so wellness division is the perfect division for you. And also when figure girls, because I'm also a coach too, and a posing coach, and I see a lot of figure competitors that they say, oh, your upper body is not as big, so it's because your lower body is big. So think about it. Choose what's best for you, and always trying to be in the way that you can be healthy, because being pushing your body in something that is not belong to be is not healthy for yourself. Not only prep wise, mental wise, because you're going to be pushing yourself so much. Be in a point where you can be happy and enjoy what you are doing. This is what it makes a sport grateful, because if you enjoy what you're doing every day, if you enjoy your training, enjoy your eating, enjoy your lifestyle, that makes you to be a great competitor. That puts you in a good place. And I think that's what matters the most. If you are happy in what you're doing, so what makes anything better, right? we're trying to be happy and healthy. So this is what's for me. That's what wellness brings to my life.
I think that's a great point, especially being healthy. It's really hard to try to fit into a division that you don't necessarily fit in. You know, the diet is super hard when you're trying to strip off muscle. Lots of cardio. You may not be able to train the way you want to. And speaking of training, I definitely suggest that you guys find some of the wellness pros and follow them on social media because they hit it hard. They train legs seriously. And those are some serious workouts,
And
sometimes harder than the guys, I think.
And not only that, also the nutrition goes with the training because my whole time I've been as a wellness competitor, my days that I do legs, I do more calories. So those days are more enjoyable for me, and I have more power, more energy. So it's very important for you to find a good coach who guide you the right way because wellness division is beautiful. I love everything about it. And if you find a balance with your diet and your nutrition, you can bring a diamond. I always say we are like a diamond in construction.
And we were actually just having a conversation about this a little earlier. Girls that are very well suited for wellness, athletes like soccer players and stuff like that. JM and I were just talking. And if anyone knows wellness, it is JM Manion. That's who I get a lot of my information from, how I learn in this sport. So if you could come up here and just say a few things about this new, really popular division.
Hi there, everybody. So obviously, this is going to be one of our most popular competitors right here. How many years did you and I talk at contests about needing a division like this?
5 years.
And it's finally here.
Yes, finally.
And listen, Lolly didn't. She came in, and you missed getting your pro card how many times?
It was before my pro card 2 times. I went to Colombia. I compete with Brazilians there. And then I went to Arnold's, and also I lost on Arnold's as well. And then finally in North America. So I did 3 times before I got my pro card. But when you really want it, you don't give up. Just follow your dream and fight for it.
So everybody talks about wellness, like what it's about, and as I've told everybody in the beginning, uh, everybody always said, "What? It's probably an out of shape figure or bikini competitor, right?" I didn't know. I'd never seen wellness. Johnny Styles had been telling me about it for a couple of years, and I kept going, "Yeah, whatever, Johnny, whatever, right?" So go to Colombia, and actually, ironically, in 2018, and saw wellness for the first time, and I'm like, "All right, these ladies are not out of shape. These ladies are rock solid. They're physiques, okay? And anybody that thinks differently, trust me, you haven't seen it until you see it. And like I said, and we were talking about, pretty much most of them have been athletes their entire lives doing something, right? And and they've built up a foundation that is kind of too big for bikini, but not big enough for figure, right? So there was needed to be something in between there, and it took us, Gary, what 2.5, 3 years to finally decide to pull the trigger on this. Okay, so listen, wellness is a very specific look. I mean, as you can see right here, but if you go online to NBC News Online and you look at all of the national contests last year, and you look at those that qualified to turn pro, especially the overall winners, who she's going to be competing against almost all of them in Pittsburgh. And the Pittsburgh Pro Wellness is the first pro wellness contest of the year. I'm trying to make this the pre-Olympia Wellness Olympia in Pittsburgh. As I told Lolly, I said right now I have 17 pro wellness competitors that are going to be in the contest. I'm hoping to have 20. So you're going to see pretty much the best of the best on stage. You're going to see some of the competitors from Brazil, from America, from all over.
I will see people that I already compete with. So I will be competing with them again. But they're not ready to see what I bring into.
That's the big surprise. Yes, but and listen, if you're really serious about doing wellness, research it because it is a very specific look. if you look at the rules on NPC News Online, actually wellness might have the most well-written rules of all the divisions because it was the newest one, and we wanted to be very specific. And one of the first things it says is it's an athletic body. It's a very athletic look. And if you look, and like everybody says about soccer, it's women have done soccer, gymnastics, different things like that, where your legs, track and field, dancing, so really look at the division. If you think that you can't fit in the figure, you think you can't fit in a bikini, and you think you're wellness, my suggestion would be, besides looking at the pictures, contact a judge, contact somebody like Gary, contact somebody like Becky, reach out to me, okay? Somebody that will give you an honest assessment, okay? Because we may look at you and say, all right, yes, wellness is for you. Or no, you're probably better. You could probably fit in one of the other divisions. You're just going to have to train and diet a little different. But
So you and Tyler relentlessly have preached to us about the health factor and how many times we'd see, you mentioned it earlier, bikini girls came along or someone wanted to do bikini, they didn't fit it, and they had to torture themselves to get down. Too much cardio, underfed. Now you guys have created a division that fits that body type so they can go ahead, and I think your prediction, I didn't believe it till last year, your prediction that one day wellness will overtake bikini.
actually, I have a bet with my father and Tyler that I'm going to win.
I initially did not believe you. However, when I saw last year that the girls, in fact, did their research, they weren't showing up out of shape. They were showing up in shape with that cool look. And it addresses how many track stars we got on that stage. That they got those quads. Their uncle, their mother, somebody's got those quads. They got them, and now they don't have to lose them. So it's a home run.
Yeah, so my prediction is by 2024, wellness will be the most dominant women's division in both the NPC, NPC Worldwide, and IFBB professionally.
I totally agree about that.
So, and what Gary's alluding to is the NPC USA, which was the second to last national contest of the year. It's actually technically the last NPC contest, and then we had the Wellness Olympia right after it. The NPC USA in the shortened 2020 COVID year had more wellness competitors entered than figure competitors. It's the first time that they overtook like another division. Did you know that? Pretty impressive, right? There was 15 more competitors. That may not sound like a lot, but it is a lot at a major contest like that. So I said the hashtag is the takeover has begun. Uh,
When when I was in Colombia, it was insane how many wellness competitors were in Colombia. I was so impressed that even when I used to compete as a bikini competitor, I used to see that many competitors. It was takeover. It was many wellness. It was like probably 10 or 12 girls per division. It was a lot of competitors and very good quality. Everywhere I saw it was all muscle, beautiful legs, beautiful ass, and I was telling all the competitors, "Oh my God, look at that booty!" But it was amazing. Seriously, I think wellness is gonna take over. It's not a question.
yeah, at the NBC USA, there's four divisions, four high classes. The A division had 25 competitors alone.
Yeah.
That's a local contest. Okay, this is how fast that this division is growing. I mean, if you sit back and you look, like I said, I never thought in 2021 or 2020 that any of the division, any contest, that there would be a wellness takeover.
We were in the middle of a pandemic. Imagine when everything started getting to normal. It's gonna be very big.
Yeah, I mean, this year I think we're going to start seeing a couple of the other contests, the national contests, with more wellness than figure again, and it's eventually going to catch up to bikini.
Yes.
You know, but I think, and also this year being the first year for the Wellness Olympia, I mean, that's going to be something spectacular. As you and I were just talking before, so these first couple shows, Pittsburgh, New York, maybe Milwaukee, you're going to have everyone, and it's already qualified. Now, Junior USA, Junior Nationals, USA, Universe. All of these qualify the top two. There's going to be 8. Not Junior USA has 2. Junior National has 4, but Universe has 8. USA has 8. North Americans. So you're going to have these competitors coming right out of qualifying at the NPC contest, jumping right into the pro contest to try to qualify for this year's Olympia, which is later on in the year. So it's going to be, I think every pro contest is going to get bigger and bigger as the year goes on. But I truly believe that the tone for and the look of the division is going to be set at the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro. Do you agree with that?
I agree, and I will be in both of them.
Gary, you agree with that? Becky? So, yeah. So, like I said, wellness was probably the most researched division that we've done, because we wanted to get this right, coming right out of the box. I mean, and I know you were in all the different contests, but looking at all of the other competitors that qualified to turn pro, I mean, you're all pretty similar.
Yes. Yeah, if you notice, we have kind of the same physique, but I see a little difference, because we have tall girls and the short girls, and you see the shorter girls with like more dominant quads than the taller girl, because it's harder for a taller girl to get bigger quads.
What? You're a taller girl.
And believe me, I burned this muscle so much when I was a bikini competitor. It was crazy. Guys, we need to find a place as a competitor. Which division is the best for you? And in my heart, as soon as they opened this division, I was fighting so much and asking every day in the gym I was coming from, when you guys bring in wellness here, I need that division here. Because I was doing 3 hours cardio a day for me to be as a competitor, as a bikini competitor. So now I only do 30 minutes cardio a day. So it's amazing. And I'm happy. I'm very happy with everything that you guys are doing for the sport.
Thank you. So listen, I'm going to wrap this up, but if any of your trainers, whatever, have questions about wellness, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to my son Tyler. Feel free to reach out to Sandy Williamson, Gary, Becky, other pros. I mean, you're all helping each other. But like I said, this is a great division. It's going to be a fun division to watch over the next couple of years. And good luck to everybody.
J.M. Manion, let's hear it for him.